I want to be clear from the beginning. This is not a mere New Year's resolution. If you saw my introduction video, you know that I'm a pastor and I've been overweight for almost all my life. My name is Matt, and today I begin my public year-long process of losing 100 pounds. But this isn't just about weight loss. It's about learning how to faithfully steward my body long after the weight is gone. So today marks the official public start of what I'm calling the Stewardship Project. Over the course of this next year, I'm going to take you with me as I learn how to faithfully steward my body, my habits, and my life. In this video, I'm going to show you where I'm starting from, what my plan is, and why I believe this is important, not just for me, but for anyone who wants to run the race set before us with endurance. I want to say a word about why I've chosen to do this publicly. I've given that a considerable amount of thought. This isn't about seeking attention. In fact, there are going to be a lot of areas in this process that are really uncomfortable and even embarrassing. Opening your life to scrutiny always comes at a cost. But I've come to believe that this kind of public process for me is almost necessary. I've spent too long hiding behind good intentions and future plans, and I don't want to do that anymore. And as for why do this now, the answer is because I've waited long enough. I've known for a long time what needs to change, and waiting for the perfect moment has been its own excuse. So now is the time to start. And the fact that it's January 1st makes it really easy to track my progress along with the calendar. That brings me to where I'm starting from. To be a good steward, I have to be an honest one. So I'm going to show you exactly where I'm starting from. I used a smart scale to capture my weight, but also to get a general idea of my body composition. And as you can see, I currently weigh 328 pounds, and my estimated body fat percentage is 55%. Now, I know that there are mixed reviews online about the accuracy of a smart scale, but even allowing for a margin of error, these numbers are still dangerously high. While these are just numbers and numbers don't always tell the full story, they do say something. They say that I have not stewarded my body well. One more note on numbers. I went yesterday to get my labs done so that I can have a really comprehensive picture of where I'm starting from. I should have those results back in a couple of weeks, and when I get them, I'll make sure to share them with you. Now, this isn't the first time that I've tried to lose weight. As a matter of fact, I've lost 100 pounds before, and I've since gained all of it back. I'm sharing this with you so that you can get the full picture to see that this has always been an issue for me. And for a long time, I didn't really understand what the real issue was. You might hear that I'm a pastor and say, well, you should know better, right? And in one sense, I did, at least intellectually. But the truth that I had in my head had not saturated my heart. My problem hasn't been that I love food. Everyone loves food. And it hasn't been that I haven't found a good diet because I've eaten well before and even done it successfully. My problem has been that I have been unwilling to enjoy food within proper God-honoring boundaries. And that truth is much harder to face than the scale. You see, when I tried to lose weight before, I was always motivated by the number on the scale or how my clothes would fit or my reflection in the mirror. In other words, I was always motivated by vanity. And vanity is not a strong enough motivation to last. So when I started feeling a little bit better about myself, I would reward myself with food. I wanted to be fit so that I could eat however I wanted to. So inevitably, whenever I felt like I was fit enough, I would return to a pattern of overindulgence. So the problem was always deeper within. It was in my heart. I want to make sure to say that I don't think that eating a burger and fries or ice cream is a sin in and of itself. Now, my issue, again, has been that I haven't been able to enjoy these things, or I've been unwilling to enjoy these things within God-honoring boundaries. And that's what I intend to change with the Stewardship Project. My goal is not just a change in body composition. My goal is heart transformation informed by Scripture. Specifically, I want to learn how to think about stewardship through the lens of Hebrews chapter 12, verses 1 through 2, where we're told to cast aside every weight and sin that so easily entangles us so that we can run the race before us with endurance. I once heard a sermon from John Piper on that passage, and he said that we should not just ask if something is a sin. We should ask, will this help me run? So, by God's grace, this year I really want to teach myself to ask not, is this a sin? But will this help me run with endurance? Will this help me live with endurance? With that in mind, I want to let you know what I'm changing and what the plan is for this year. I'm a husband, I'm a dad of 3 little children, I'm a pastor, and I also have a job outside of the church. In other words, I'm really busy, and I don't have thousands of expendable dollars to buy all the best food and supplements and equipment. So as I thought about how I wanted to go about planning for this year, I knew that I wanted to be able to eat in a way that was simple, sustainable, and satiating. So after a lot of research and consulting with my primary care physician, what I've landed on is a very simple diet of animal-based whole foods. I'm aiming for high protein and fat, low carbs, definitely no refined sugar or processed foods. So you could think breakfast looks like scrambled eggs and chicken sausage, lunch is maybe some ground beef, and then dinner is another chunk of protein, and that'll make up the bulk of my diet, and more sparingly, I'll mix in some fruit, some Greek yogurt, that sort of thing. Now, believe it or not, this way of eating is really enjoyable to me. It checks all the boxes. It's simple. I'm aiming for high protein and fat and low carbs. Definitely no refined sugars or processed foods. So a typical day will be some scrambled eggs and chicken sausage for breakfast, some ground beef or leftover steak from the night before for lunch, and then another big chunk of fatty protein for dinner. That'll make up the bulk of my diet. And then more sparingly, I'll mix in things like fruits, maybe some nuts, Greek yogurt, that sort of thing. This way of eating is really enjoyable to me because it checks all the boxes. It's simple, it's sustainable, and it's satiating. Now, I will confess that I didn't wait until today to get started. My wife and I kind of cut everything off cold turkey at the beginning of the week. And I can tell you that by Tuesday, my body was already revolting. I felt like garbage. My head hurt. I was tired. All I wanted to do was sleep. And that was really eye-opening for me because it showed me how dependent my body had become on refined sugars and processed foods. And it was further evidence of the high cost of living without healthy boundaries. By God's grace, I woke up Wednesday morning and I already felt a lot better. I had more energy. My head was clearer. I even noticed a change in my mood. I have started eating better already, but I haven't started exercising yet. And that's because I spent the beginning part of this week clearing out my garage. That's another story about stewardship for another day. But in my garage, I have a squat rack and some other strength training equipment. So my plan is on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I'll do full body strength training. I'm really excited about that because I love strength training, and being able to use the equipment in my garage is going to be really helpful with a busy schedule. This is the plan that I'm starting the year out with, and if I notice that it's not working for me or for my family, then we'll make edits along the way. Again, the goal here is to cultivate a new, sustainable lifestyle that helps me to steward my body well for the glory of God and for the good of others. Now, before I go, I want to let you know who this channel is for and what you can expect from me as we walk this out. If the Lord wills, I'll post a new video here on my YouTube channel every week, giving you updates about how eating and exercise are going and what I'm learning about the difficulties and rewards of stewardship. I've had a few people ask me if I was going to start an online community of some sort for other people who are interested in working on stewarding their bodies this year. And I'm definitely interested in that idea if there's enough interest out there. I'll post some shorts here on YouTube from time to time about the foods that I'm eating, my workouts, that sort of thing. And you can also find that kind of content over on my Instagram page under the handle Live with Endurance. So if you want to live with endurance, subscribe to the channel and join me. And one more thing. If you have something in your life that you want to work on this year, comment what that is below so that we can encourage each other. All right. See you next week.